So I was talking about when we seed into the compost, or even sometimes we don't even apply compost. Like you saw those garlic beds down there, we just put seed right on top of that. It doesn't, it barely even needs compost. But usually, you know, like that parsley, there's enough residue there that a little compost in that parsley residue will really help germination. So anyway, when we apply the compost, then we need to get the seed worked into the compost a little. So these are some of the tools that we will use to work the seed into that compost or soil layer. So this is our fave, and this is simply grain drill drags. You know, these go behind a grain drill. They're like $3 each from Agri Supply Company, just set onto a bar. And this simply drags across the compost. Adjustable. You can have one ring dragging, two rings dragging, or all three rings dragging. Drag across the field. And so that's your action. We go back and forth one way and then come back the other. That is generally the tool that we use for most seeds, particularly small seeds. If this does a similar process, which is simply a leaf rake straightened. So very similar, and if it gives a little more action, maybe even, because you can really press down on it. And so we will sometimes combine the two. We will, if it's something we really want to work in, make sure, say it's dry or something, we might go with that and this. Or if there's a lot of stubble and things that the chain drag might not be able to work around as much, we might, because this has all fingers that can get in there. And, you know, that'll work seed in. So we might combine these two.
Can I flip it over, just a regular rake, without that?
Oh, I don't think it would work flipped over, because these actual tips straightened really are what does the action. Yeah, okay. So I think a straightened rake is really, yeah. The other side, no, because I did try that originally, just the back side of some tined rakes. And yeah, having them, yeah, the little tips. So, but however, a large seed, like cilantro or beet, running the garden weasel, which is just like a rolling cultivator on a stick, you know, running that, which churns the soil up in place, you know, so you go along the bed, not into the wheel tracks, and you churn it up. That really mixes seed in. So if we're looking at a larger seed that needs to get a little deeper, we'll use the garden weasel to get it incorporated into the soil. So, but generally, the vast majority just see this tool right here of most seeding. And now, traditionally, you know, especially back when we used to till, this was the tool, the roller, that is the one that we used for seed to soil contact and getting good germination. So that, oops, I catch you again. This is the one, you know, that we used tremendously in the past, and is certainly still worthwhile a consideration to be used, you know, even under this system. However, we find that it's not necessary, so we generally don't use it. But, you know, in a really dry period, you could certainly bust one of these things out. Obviously, we have them hitched up to tractors too, but we have one that you can just use by hand. It's a little more, we have a very wide one on the other field, and we kind of tend to use it in the other field, which is under less maintenance and more tractors. But anyway, so you can certainly squish the seed into the soil for better seed to soil contact too. So a roller could really help out, I'm sure, under certain conditions. But like I said, you know, we trial it often, rolled, unrolled, and generally it doesn't really seem to make that much difference.